Today we're going to show you how to create custom fields using calculated fields in Mode. Before calculated fields, metrics often had to be calculated directly in the SQL. This required pre-aggregating the data, leading to results that were often confined to a specific shape. In a world with calculated fields, you can now create fields post-query to achieve the same results while maintaining a rich dataset, leading to reusability and deeper exploration. After returning a successful query, create a new visualization to begin adding any calculated field. Once in the chart builder, you can open the calculated field formula editor by clicking the new field icon here. By default, any calculated field you create will show up in your list of available fields for all charts powered by the same query. Once in the editor, you can give your calculated field a name and begin adding your formula. To see a list of all supported formulas, or to view help documentation when writing your own, use the reference library here. In this example, I'm interested in knowing how many sales transactions were ultimately canceled. A case statement will be helpful. There's already a field in my field set that contains a transaction status, so we'll reference it in our formula using brackets and divide it by the count of a second field, ID. Mode will verify whether your formula is valid and your references are correct. Everything looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and save it. To use your calculated field in a chart, drag and drop it just like you would any other SQL-generated field. Easily preview non-aggregated fields by dragging them as columns into a table chart. In this case, we're using an aggregate, so let's go ahead and create a line chart. I want to understand the rate at which transactions were canceled based on when the sale was initially requested. Let's drag our new calculated field, cancellation rate, to the y-axis and time requested to the x-axis. Because the calculated field is being aggregated in the visualization and not in the SQL, you can change your date granularity at any point to narrow in the scope of your data or zoom out. Click the plus and minus buttons here to quickly alternate through different date specificities. It appears there was a pretty high cancellation rate on the 3rd. I'm going to view the data to see the underlying row-level transactions that make up this value. From here I can see every granular purchase request made on the 3rd and which were ultimately canceled. In addition to dragging calculated fields into the X or Y axis or into table columns, you can also drag them to create filters. Let's look at another example using a second calculated field, Customer Experience. This field calculates a seller's standing based on their user rating. By dragging the field into filters, I can narrow in on the sellers with the lowest performance and reach out to them. We can't wait to see the calculated fields that you create. Try it out yourself at mode.com.